like like how you had Ravi Shankar's morning raga and evening raga. Myself, my favorite song of all time is John Coltrane's "My Favorite Things." I don't even like saxophone unless it's by Coltrane or Annette Coleman or somebody like that. But as far as saxophone, I mean, why would you even try to play it after there's Coltrane? But the way, and I think it was John Coltrane, Elvin Jones, and McCoy Tyner on piano. I think it was that lineup. Never gets old. You could play it at morning, you could play it in the night, and it's timeless. It's not long. It's the kind of song you could play all day. That if you have like a super good day where you can spend on dope and just pretty much, or just if you have, no matter what you're doing, if you're in a bad mood or a good mood, you can listen to My Favorite Things all day, and 8 minutes or whatever it is not long enough. You know, I've never heard a song that goes on for, is it 8 or 12 minutes long, and that that you want to hear again. Coltrane was into something good when he did that session. There's like Central Park West on there, Naima. Um, there's a Giant Steps. No, wait, that's a different session. Blue Bossa, maybe, and all those standards. But that's my favorite Coltrane session. It's it sounds like New York's. It sounds like 1950s, but it sounds timeless at the same time. It's music for all seasons. When the leaves are falling down, when there's ice at the ice skating rink, and on the ground, when it's summertime, when it's spring, it always sounds like Coltrane. You can listen to it all day. It's for all seasons, hot or cold, day or night, young or old, black or white. Coltrane. John fucking Coltrane. I will never live long enough to play that, because that's like being a classical Indian musician. That's a special thing that happens in select circles, and you're born, you might even be born close into it. Nonetheless, I don't try to play that shit. Wait, who's the bass player on that? It don't matter, but he played incredible bass, and it's just the definition of what stereophonic listening should be. The drums are mono, the piano's in the left channel, the upright bass is mono, the horn is strictly right channel, and it sounds, My Favorite Things. I mean, don't all the tape heads and tape operators out there, and engineers and producers or sound enthusiasts, or people, don't you just wouldn't you pay top dollar for a 2-track, just, what was that recording? 4-channel to 2-track tape? I guess it wouldn't matter at that point. If you can get an actual bust down of the session tape. I don't think they were up to 4-track then. If they were, that would be good. You can probably isolate that stuff and but it's not the same. It'll give you an idea scientifically of what was going on. I really think that shit was just like 4-channel to 2-track tape. Probably 30 inches per, maybe. What were they doing back then? What was the most they had? It was probably inch. I'm trying to think. It wouldn't be 7.5 to quarter inch, 7-inch reel at 7.5 inches per second. It wouldn't be it might be 15 inches per second, half-inch tape. for the master reels, which have probably been wiped or lost to time. But I don't think they were up to 30 inches per second then. It might have been half-inch tape at 15 inches per second, and the other speed option might have been 30. We got to find out what the fuck they were doing, what those tape operators were doing. I remember in the liner notes, it would tell you, they would credit the microphones used as if they were musicians on the record. You know, we used a Neumann UB47 in the left field. We used a UB53 cardioid condenser microphone in a polar pattern shaped in infinity in the center channel. In the right channel, we used and we fed it into an Otari tape deck. They would credit the machine, you know. It must have been a bitch to, because you can't retune a horn. What are you gonna do? You're gonna have to find the right piano to be in tune with. I guess you would just have to keep your pianos in tune. That's what a Coltrane session would rely on, because you can't, if the piano's not in tune with the horn, you can't retune the horn. The horn is in its tuning. Coltrane played with wild abandon, though. And he could bob the fuck out, too, and just trade bars with the other guy. Just go, man. Play that fucking piano. And just sit there and light a cigarette. And isn't that the most, and just supreme art of piano? McCoy Tyner. I think it was. Yeah. Those broken chords, those broken second inversions, second and third inversions of the chord. Playing major sevens, minor sevens, diminished nines, arpeggiations. Strictly modal and strictly with that home, da-dum, ha-dum, da-dum, bass, da-ba-da-dum, ha-dum. Yeah. And that horn creeping back in. Coltrane creeping back up to the mic after 16 bars of the other motherfucker. Go ahead, play that. You know? You never want my favorite things to end. When you fuck your girlfriend, you put on that whole Coltrane session. You sink nuts into that bitch. My fucking favorite fucking things. Greatest session and greatest album.